Okay guys, in this section I want to give you more of a drill that's not so easy to test the same as we've done some of our other tests, but we're going to exercise just the same, and what we'll try to do is ladder our distances. So what I mean by that is we're going to hit a shot that goes about 5 yards and it's going to roll out a certain distance. Then we're going to try to fly our next shot to that ball. So it may be that the first one flew 5 yards, rolled out to 8. The next one, we're going to try to fly to 8 and let it roll out to 10 or 12. And then so on and so forth. We're just going to keep laddering a little bit longer and a little bit longer. So this way, if I have this entire chipping green to myself, I can try to fit as many shots as I can on the green, and I'm going to go all the way from the close edge to the far edge, trying to fit as many balls on that green as I can with these pitch shots. So I'm going to take a practice swing. I'm estimating it's about 15 yards to the front of this green. Okay, so I landed right on the front and rolled out a couple of steps. So that one went 12 yards in the air, 18 yards in total. This one I'm going to try to fly 18 yards now. Okay, and it'll roll out a certain distance. So that one flew 21 yards and went a total of 25. Now I'm going to try to fly it 25 yards. Okay, that flew 24 yards, so it technically maybe start over if it's a significant distance shorter than the previous ball. You be the judge. This is more of an exercise than a test. This one I'm going to try to fly 30 yards. And what I'm feeling is that my touch is developing. Because I'm hitting each shot a little harder than the last, I can recall that feeling and I can just add a little bit of energy. I can add a little bit of length to my swing. So now I'm going to try to hit it 30 yards in the air. Alright, and this drill can vary depending on where the green is or how big the green is that you're using. So that one went 31, rolled out to 42. So this will probably be my last one for this green. And I'm going to try to fly it about 45 yards, 42 yards, something like that. I may have babied that one, so it might come up short. But your touch will develop if you do this several times. So if you have one like that that's dramatically shorter than what you're intending to, start over and go through the exercise again until you successfully climb the ladder rungs all the way across the green. Now, maybe you don't have a pitching green available to you. That's just fine. You can go to the driving range and you can just hit the shots out in front of your stall. Hit it out there 5 yards and it'll still roll in the rough. It just won't roll as far. Then hit one out there to the next ball, and the next, and the next. Another way to use the green would be to physically move. I obviously can't do that in the studio here, but I would be able to just drop a few balls and hit them from 5 yards, and you could do this in increments of 3. Hit it, and just try to land it in a certain spot, and then back up 5 yards at a time, and hit some from 10 yards. And then back up 5 yards more, hit 3 from 15 yards. I would recommend only 3, so then you're just kind of getting a taste of the distance, but you're also challenging yourself to change distances. This way you don't become proficient or really good at just one distance. You really want to develop your repertoire and start to feel really good in this territory from, say, 5 yards, 10 yards, all the way back to about 40 or 50 yards. And we're starting to knock on the door of a full swing here. So we're getting somewhere between probably a half and a 3/4 swing for some of you, depending on your strength and how far you're capable of hitting the ball. But that's a great way to exercise. It's not as formal of a test as we've done in the past, but it's still something that you should spend time doing and make sure that you feel like you have a reasonable amount of control. And that you can, in fact, climb the ladders. If you're nowhere near it, spend more time on it, okay? It's totally okay, and in fact, it will never be too much of this practice. For the rest of your life, you cannot over-practice your pitching in this territory. It's always going to be of value to you. You will always be faced with this shot. So take your time, spend a lot of diligent time, getting better at this, okay? And the better you get, I can tell you, it's really a fun shot to develop when you feel like you can flag this and hit it right next to the hole, go up there and tap in, save your score, all right? Save a par or whatever it may be for, okay? So get out there, get some practice, guys. Have some fun with this one.